In today's episode, I'll be giving my tier list for Daredevil Born Again Season 1. As you see, we have 25 characters here, some relevant, some irrelevant. We'll grade them all. We have the S tier, the A tier, the B tier, the C tier, the D tier, and the F tier. So, without further ado, let's jump right into Daredevil Born Again Season 1 tier list. Do something, man. People are questioning you. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, yep, do that. Sure, guys. Stupid and dumb. Just an idiot. Get your shit together, son. Fuck it. I loved it. Welcome to the dub cast. Jumping out on this tier list, as you can see, there are some characters here who we don't really know that well, and we will address them as such. So, first character, ironically, on this list is Adam. If you can't see, that's him behind the jail cell right there. So, my thoughts on Adam, I'm giving him D tier, bro. I mean, how stupid are you to cheat on, well, I guess, I don't know if you knew or not, but he kind of just spent the whole season being pretty scared. I mean, rightfully so, but his character was just kind of locked in a cage the whole season, so I'm not going to be able to give him anything higher. He had the chance to take out Kingpin, bro, and save the MCU and save the universe from Kingpin being a bad guy and running the city, but he couldn't do it. So, I didn't really like Adam's character. I don't know. He was pretty boring and just kind of a bitch who got killed by Vanessa, even though they slept together. So, really, that was his whole arc in the show. Wasn't that interesting to me? Well, it was interesting, but him himself wasn't that interesting to me. Next, we have Hector Ayala's cousin. This might be a controversial take, but if you listen to my podcast where I went through all the episodes, I'm gonna have to put her C tier. I know she's a kid, but she's going down into the freaking train stations alone and being like trying to investigate. Like, girl, you're freaking like what, 10 or 11? I mean, she was the inspiration for Matt coming back to Daredevil, so give her credit for that. She is like, you can be pretty empathetic with her because she is a kid, but I don't know, man. I didn't really, I don't know. I felt like we were supposed to be more connected with her than we were. Like, I didn't really care about her at the end of the day. No offense to her, but that's just how I'm feeling on it. Also, she wasn't really that important to the story. Next, we have BB Urich, the niece, I believe, of Ben Urich, and that alone should earn her a higher tier. I'm gonna give her a B tier. I didn't like her snake move on Daniel, but things happen. It is the game, so I respect it. That maybe would have been something Ben would have. Well, Ben was more of like a straight up journalist, but I liked her little videos. She's gonna be fighting for Daredevil. Looks like fighting for that narrative. So I got her in B tier. She still gets out, has fun. She was trying to work a deal with the police commissioner, so I'm gonna give her a B tier. She was a pretty fine character. I liked her a little bit. So hopefully in season 2 she can expand on her story more. Next we have Buck. I like Buck stepping into the sort of Wilson Fisk sidekick role. I enjoyed him in this season, although he doesn't have much of a personality. He's kind of just a yes man at this point, but I'm sure we'll get some more Buck scenes in the future. I'm going to put him in the B tier as well. I think I'm going to put him slightly over BB Urich. I don't know. I just feel like he was more like there's a little bit more going on with him. That scene of him at the end in the last episode of him going into the hospital to kill Matt was hype with him and the teddy bear, and then he has to, not do it, but him killing Luca was sick. So W-Mans, I like Buck to be in the B tier as well. Next, we have Cherry. Cherry, like, I get it. He's kind of like the Mahone. I like Cherry. He kind of reins in Matt, and he's able to kind of figure things out in the Force. So I'm gonna give him above Buck. Like, there's more personality there with him. He's always like trying to calm Matt down and be like, "Dude, you got to chill out. Like, you're kind of going batshit right now. There's no need for that to happen." Um, I'm excited to see where Cherry's story goes because he is one of the people that was mentioned in the army that is going to come in season 2. So I'm sure he'll play a pivotal role moving forward. Enjoyed his character as well this season. A nice side character, not too crazy. I mean, all these characters in B tier so far are pretty much just side characters. So respect it. Hopefully we see more of him and see more of that character development. Next, we have this cop. I think he's kind of just your run of the mill standard Punisher cop guy. I'm going F tier. Especially a guy who doesn't even like. I don't think this is Powell. I mean, I know. Yeah, that's not Powell. Somebody use him as a representation of like all of the Punisher cops. I mean, they're all just pathetic. That's not Frank's. Frank kills people because they do something wrong, not because they just want to enforce martial law. And the whole task force is really, bad vibes. I'm not getting picking up good vibes from that task force, so they're going in F tier. Didn't like him at all. Next, we have Daniel. I like Daniel a lot, actually. I'm gonna put him A tier. I hope he doesn't fall into that mold of being like a shady kingpin slime ball. I have high hopes for Daniel. He's a normal guy. Um, Hopefully, he can just move up in the world and not really have to worry about it with Kingpin's kind of takeover. But we see him move up to chief of staff. He pulls one over on BB after she gets him early on. He slipped up while drunk, so that was kind of a messed up situation from BB. I mentioned that before, but seems like Daniel's on his way up. I'm impressed with him. Excited to see what he can do in the next season as well. Next, we have the bank robber from episode 5, I believe it was, and I'm gonna put him below Adam. Just not much to this character. He's kind of a one-off. He was kind of just a scumbag in the episode he was in with the bank robbery, and I know he's Irish, so I respect the Irish, but I don't know. He didn't really provide much to the show, and he ended up getting caught, and his whole scheme got rused by one simple blind man. So, not really much of that character. I'll leave him the D tier. This character, I'm struggling to see who this is. Is that Bullseye? It must be Bullseye because Bullseye isn't on this list. So that's Bullseye from episode 1, I think. Now, Bullseye's got to go top of A tier. I mean, the tooth scene alone, you got to put. I mean, S tier, I'm kind of reserving for those special level of characters. Bullseye, to see him back in full form was crazy. I mean, he's in episode 1, just kills Foggy, which was fucked up. But that's what makes Bullseye such a good character. Because then he comes back in episode 8, and you're rooting for him when he freaking pulls the tooth out, hits him. I mean, he has a clean shot to take out Wilson Fisk in like a couple hours. I mean, I like his character. I think there's more in store for him. I think he's going to be sort of like I think it's hard to call him an anti-hero because he's killed so many people and done so many wrong things, but kind of like a foil to Punisher. Maybe excited to see where he lands in this whole vigilante deal. Like maybe Matt can pull him onto his side if he is able to be a little bit less frosty this time around. I'm not sure, but I liked Bullseye by the end of the season. He's had. I mean, if you watch back to old seasons, I'm kind of including the old seasons in this as well. He had a fucked up trajectory and journey, so I'm rooting for Bullseye to get his shit together, figure it out. Next, we have the man, Wilson Fisk, Kingpin. I have to put him in the F tier. No, I'm kidding. He's S tier. He's a W. I mean, this whole season, you could literally call the show Daredevil Born Again and Kingpin Born Again because this is like both of their stories, not just Matt's story. And Wilson Fisk by episode 9, man, he turns into a different beast. He's back on his crazy shit, and I respect it. And this is one of those characters where you can't just go off likability. You have to also go off what they provide to the show. Wilson Fisk provides so much to this show. I mean, he basically is running this whole city in a season. Him and Matt's rivalry is great. It continues on for another season. I'm excited to see where that goes. And man, like, I'm ready for this war to break out. I mean, you say what you will about Fisk. He got the upper hand in season 1 of this show. So excited to see where him and Matt end up. Him snapping the police guy's head will always live in my head rent free now. I'll always see that. And he's able to get rid of his enemies. He has been, I mean, Vanessa kills Adam for him. Or Buck kills Luca for him. He doesn't even really get his hands dirty till episode 9. So I'm sure that's more in store of where that's coming from. He's able to pull the backdoor deals too. Like, this man's running the whole fucking city, and it's crazy. Martial law. He's got it all figured out. Next, we have the unfortunate, now RIP, Foggy. I can't put Foggy S tier because he's literally in the season for like 10 minutes, but I'm gonna put him below Bullseye. I mean, Foggy's great, best friends with Matt. I mean, when you're on those first couple minutes of the first episode, it's like, well, we're right back at the bar again. We're right back with the squad. Like, let's go. I mean, it's a great group of friends, him, Karen, and Matt. Sad it had to end so early, but, you know, what are you going to say? I miss Foggy. We'll be seeing him again in season 2, apparently. There's rumors out there that he's alive. I'm not going to buy it, but, you know, God bless him, man. R.I.P. to Foggy, beast. Moment of silence. Love you, Foggy. All right. Next, Punisher. Um, this is a really tough debate. Obviously, he's going S. Do I put Punisher or Wilson Fisk first? I think I have to leave Wilson Fisk ahead of him just for a Daredevil Born Again list because I mean, Frank's in 3 episodes, but I mean, you could make an argument to me that Frank would be number 1 overall on this whole list, and I wouldn't be like mad at it. Um, Frank's a boss. Punisher show would highly recommend to everyone out there. I mean, in this season, I've seen that clip of him talking to his like cult members a couple times. W's like Frank is just a W. He's able to come back, just provide help for Matt, fight people off. Mad respect for Frank. He's one of the goats. John Bernthal is one of the goats. I love Frank. I love Punisher. I love everything he provides to the show. I just got to leave Kingpin above him because Kingpin had a crazy performance this season as well. Next, we have Commissioner Gallo. Um, I'm kind of thinking B or C tier for him. I think I'm gonna have to go C. I'm gonna put him over Hector Ayala's cousin though, just because he has his hands tied, but it's due to his own thing. The secret child also felt like he could have done a little bit better controlling the police force. A lot of these cops are crooked and broken, but I feel like he's not innocent in all that. And I feel like he could do more to stand up to Fisk. At the end, he does, and then he gets killed for it. But like maybe during the middle of his run or at the beginning, now when he has like all that power in the world. But Gallo, unfortunate ending as well. R.I.P. to him. But you kind of saw that coming as he kind of was on borrowed time throughout most of the show, in my opinion. Talked too much to our friend, the political advisor Sheila down here. Cost him. So I'm gonna leave him in C tier. I mean, he was a good one season character to develop throughout, and then in Kingpin, it's like his big kill at the end. So I will appreciate him for providing that to the plot. But really, could take or leave Gallo. Not really that important to me. Next, we have Heather Glenn. Now, if you asked me a couple episodes in, I'd be like, oh, she's maybe B tier. She's fun, she's interesting. But the more I think about it, like I don't want to sound like rude, but what was she giving to this? Like, she was very, her and Matt had some good dates together, but I don't know. I think her vibe was a little like simplistic, and then at the end, she's like on Fisk's task force because she's also their therapist. It's all a little weird to me. So now they're broken up. Like I'm not in love with Heather Glenn. I don't know whether to put her top of D or bottom of C. Um, uh, I mean, nah, I can't do that. I'm gonna put her top of D for now. I mean, that's a rough rating, but by the end of we have to factor all in accounts here. She's basically a scum by the end of the season. I can't respect it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Heather. I don't know if Heather will even be back because apparently they're broken up now. So who knows? But I feel like after the whole Daredevil situation falls, and then she's like, he did it for him. The fuck are you talking about? And then she joins them. Like she's not listening to Matt at all. He's your boyfriend. I know he was being kind of grumpy in episode 8, but what are you gonna do? He also jumped in front of a bullet. I mean, he did fuck that up by saying Karen when he woke up. So I don't know. Maybe I'll move her to bottom of C. I'll move her to bottom of C. I just felt like as the season went on, she kind of, you know, tapered out a bit. Next, we have White Tiger. I liked what he provided. He was like, you can kind of look at this season as 2 3-episode arcs and then 2 or one 2 episode arc at the end, and then one standalone story, the bank robbery. And White Tiger was that first arc of the season. And, I think I'm gonna put him top of B. Now, he was only here for a limited amount of time, but he was one of the vigilantes out in the streets helping people. We didn't really get to see that, but we saw through his character that he was willing to fight the good fight. I mean, he took down 2 police officers, no question, threw the guy into the train, or that guy kinda ran into the train. Either way, got off innocent, but then he made the stupid decision of going out again. But that just proves how much of a good guy he is, because he was really trying to save the city and just wasn't able to do it because the Punisher creeps were out there, hence why this guy's an F. But yeah, I liked White Tiger. Wish we could see more of him. R.I.P. the actor that played him as well. R.I.P. his character too. I mean, Hector Ayala, he fought the good fight in court and seemed like a charismatic guy. Wish we got to see more of him. This guy I don't care about. I'm putting him above the bad cop on F. He just was like kind of the figure for Fisk to his political dealings. I didn't care about him at all. He's kind of snobby, obviously self-interested, and not really willing to listen to Fisk. Not that that's like a deal breaker or anything. It's understandable why you wouldn't want to listen to a guy who was literally like a kingpin before. But I don't know. Felt like he was just weakly developed. Kind of was a role character that was needed, but I didn't like him at all. Next, we have Josie. I gotta put her. I'm gonna put her bottom of B. She's barely in the show, man. I mean, she's probably has like 5 minutes of screen time, but she kind of gets Matt in the last episode and it's like, "Get out of your funk, bitch." So I respect Josie always keeping it real. She's always got a drink ready. She's gonna be home base is for the new army is where she's at now. So Josie, I'm gonna put her slightly above the Mendoza line, which I call the middle of the tier list, because she's able to provide some good entertainment. She's got quips too, and she actually leads Matt going back to her place. Kind of leads him into figuring out what's going on with the whole situation of Foggy and what's going on there. So didn't do anything bad. I like Josie, just not really involved in the show enough to be in one of the top 2 tiers. I got her at the bottom of B. Next up, Karen Page. Now, back in the day, I used to watch this show with 2 other friends, and one of them especially did not like Karen Page. I was always kind of mad. She had a lot of moments in Daredevil that made me cringe. But this season, she kind of is a good force. Like, I think I'm putting Karen over Foggy, bro. And her Bullseye, I think I'm putting her over Bullseye. I hate to say, I mean, I don't hate to say it because Bullseye is kind of a piece of shit, but Karen came in and picked up the boys, motivated Matt. I mean, she's got a love triangle going on with Punisher and Daredevil. Like, goddamn. I don't think I even mentioned that in my review now that I'm thinking about it, but I'm here for it. I think, Matt woke up and was like, Karen. So he's obviously still in love. Frank maybe got a little something going on there too. Doesn't matter. I like Karen. She's helping now Matt. She helped calm him down to not like lose his shit in the last episode as well. Karen, I thought in this season was refreshing. I feel like, don't kill me, but I feel like we don't need to see Karen every episode. I thought her and Burst was way better than her just being like herself. I mean, that sounds really mean, but her in spurts was better. It's like, I try and do this sometimes with my friends where I'll disappear for a bit, then I show up again. It's like, oh, nice to see you. If I'm there every weekend, you get the same old story. You got to listen to my blabbering ass. So I think that's kind of where I'm at with Karen. I think we don't need her in every episode, although I'm assuming she'll be a little bit more focused on next season. But I liked Karen a lot this season. Felt like she wasn't overused and she showed up at the perfect times. Was good in all her interactions. So I got her literally the third best character right now. So don't play hate. Next we have Kirsten. I'm gonna put her. I don't know. I feel like top of B is too high. I'll put her right below Cherry. Um, yeah, because Buck doesn't really. I mean, Buck doesn't have much of a personality. Kirsten's kind of just like Matt's lawyer friend now that Foggy's unfortunately not with us anymore, and Karen kind of did her own thing. So Kirsten's kind of wanted to like rein Matt back in, but she does help him get a date with Heather. She is, very proactive in their case. She tries to well, she does play by the rules, which is what you're supposed to do as the lawyer. We all know Matt's not really the greatest lawyer, so I appreciate Kirsten what she provided. I'm not Like, I'm not coming out of the season being like, I love Kirsten, but she didn't piss me off in any way. She's kind of there to move the plot along. I thought she did a good job at that. So I'm leaving her middle of B tier. Now, the man of the hour, it's Daredevil. There's no other place to put him. He's the GOAT. Whole show's about him. It's hard not to put him in this tier. I mean, crazy arc of quitting the Daredevil job. He comes back in the bank robbery episode, kind of, and then comes back against Muse, who we'll talk about in a second. But I loved his character development throughout the season. He learned a lot. I mean, he's lost people over the years, like Stick, but Stick was like 80. Electro was a psycho. I'm trying to think who else he lost at this moment. But, Foggy was his best friend ever. And having that happen right in front of your face, he tries to kill Bullseye, which goes against all of his code, his religious code and all that, and not to kill. But he's able to get through it all. He fights the good fight by the end of it. And now he's back reloaded as Daredevil. It was great to see this story play out, especially when there's going to be another season where he'll just be a badass the whole season. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of Matt Murdock, more of Daredevil. Just his music is like the craziest aura experience you can ever have as like a fan of him. It's crazy. I love Daredevil. I'm excited to see where he comes in again. I mean, you really can't have him anywhere other than maybe second on this list, maybe third, but he's got to be one of the GOATs. He's up there. Muse, Muse, I thought was a psycho. I'm putting him. I'll put him top of D just because he was able to be like a villain for a couple episodes, but he was a psycho, bro. Like, he's draining blood from civilians. He's painting murals with it. I think there was somewhat of a good message in there of, coming after Fisk and all that, but it was like, what was bro doing? And then as Bastion, he's not in his Muse form, but he's in the doctor's office with Heather Glenn being weird and like planning to kill her. And he had good fighting skills, to give him that, but it's kind of alluded to that he's killed people growing up, and then he has like 60 bodies. Like, he's a crazy psycho. I can't justify putting him higher than D. Like, there's no likability. He wasn't like that great of a villain. He's got to go top of D. Powell, the cop, kind of this embodiment of the Punisher scum group, which I already put in F, but him especially is bottom of F. Worst character on the show. I just hate him with all my guts. It's impossible. I mean, the actor's doing a good job, but I don't like him. He pissed me off. You have the whole White Tiger interaction where he's lying about that, and then he finally gets his dream to meet Punisher in the last episode, and he's working with Wilson Fisk's task force throughout, but Punisher just endlessly reams him. I mean, deservedly so. This guy's a clown. Fuck Powell. And he lies in the stand as well. Perjury. The Punisher shit's cringy because you're not doing Punisher shit. Fuck off. As who says fuck off? I don't know. Gordon Ramsay, maybe. I don't know. Sheila. Honestly, I'm gonna put Sheila here. Her Cherry, she gotta go below. Sheila, I think, is like that political character who you need in the show to just like basically play. She's basically just playing Game of Thrones with Fisk at this point. I mean, she's made her bed, now she's got to lay in it and figure out her next slant. Her turning on Gallo in the last episode I thought was really interesting, and for her arc, does she have a little bit of an evil side? Obviously she does, because she's working with Wilson Fisk, so maybe that'll be expanded upon next season. But she's always working the optics, working the politics of it all, and she does a good job. I mean, Fisk isn't able to enact martial law on his own by the end of the season. He's got a lot of power. I mean, she kind of tries to check him at some points and be like, dude, you can't do that, but he still does it anyway. I mean, that's not her fault. She's just trying to be realistic and shit. So I got to give Sheila middle of beats here. I kind of appreciate her character. Also, I couldn't place her, and then I recognized she was like the police captain on Gotham for a while. So I respect the actors. She gets middle of B tier. B tier is filling up. Vanessa, I think, is just a character I don't understand at all. I mean, I get her. She's like an art dealer, and she's kind of like a little bit of a gangster in her own right, but she cheats with Adam. Does she really like Fisk as much as he likes her? What's their dynamic together? And then she's ordering a hit on Foggy. I'm putting Vanessa top of C, bro. Low key below Gallo. And yeah, and the girl. She can go right next to her therapist. I mean, Vanessa was always like, I don't want to say fodder, but like she was kind of just there for Daredevil. Like she was obviously Fisk's main motivation. That's why we see her. But I think there isn't a lot of complexity to her character. Like, who really is Vanessa? What is she like? Like, she's kind of cold. She's kind of a gangster, but it's like, what, we don't really know her that well. I don't know. I didn't, I'm not like Vanessa, I don't see it really. So she's going to go middle of C. Sorry. I don't see the vision. Um, Kamala Khan's dad, one off, nice character. I'll put him above Joe. I mean, I'll put him above Josie. He was in one episode. He was fun. He had the Funko Pop. He was very like, you could tell he loves his daughter a lot. He was supporting. I haven't seen the show, so I can't like properly rate him even in the lore of things. I just have this one episode to judge him off. I thought he was very cool under pressure though with Matt, where Matt's like, do this. He's like, okay, I'll do this for you. Like he was very not asking questions, not causing problems. He was helping solve them. And I thought he was very cool as a cucumber, and I appreciated his story. He gets the diamond at the end. I think a lot of people didn't like, if people are like look back at the season, they'll be like, what was the worst episode? Everyone would have say the bank episode. And although I probably agree, I don't think that was the worst episode in the world. It was probably pre scrapping the whole plot line. So he gave us a cameo for Miss Marvel, and we got a lot of cameos. We'll see if any of them deliver. But Yusuf Khan, didn't think he was the worst character in the world. I'm leaving him in the middle or back end of B tier. So that's it for every character on Daredevil Born Again that had some sort of relevance. So we'll recap it a little bit. S tier, we got the GOATs, big three-headed monster. Daredevil 1, he's got to be. Fisk number 2. I mean, the whole show is about these two guys. And then Frank is just Frank, limitless aura beast. A tier, we have the return of 3 GOATs, Karen, Bullseye, and Foggy. I mean, this is kind of coming in with bias from the previous show, but they're back in their old roles. They're killing it as well. And then a newcomer, Daniel. I really like Daniel's story. I'm hoping he can, keep his morals intact. That'll be a challenge for season 2. We'll see what happens, but I like the way his story is going as well. Next on this tier, we have like the neutral good / characters I kind of liked a little bit. So starting off with White Tiger, I liked what he was putting out there. Cherry, every scene with Cherry is kind of a fun scene where he's kind of quipping back and forth with Matt. Sheila, I just explained Sheila. I think she's really cool and one of those characters you kind of need in a show like this, especially when Fisk's running for mayor and is mayor and all that. Kirsten didn't mind at all. Buck thought could be more interesting, but was fine. Like I didn't hate Buck. BB, she kind of snaked my boy Daniel, but I'm trusting the process that she'll come back stronger. Yusuf and then Josie are kind of just like these one-off characters who are able to provide stuff for the show. These people, I didn't hate, but didn't really love. So Commissioner Gallo thought he could have stood up more. I know she's just a child, but she was very stupid going into the train tracks by herself. Vanessa, probably my hottest take on this list. I'm not a Vanessa guy. I don't know. I think she's very simple and boring. And Fisk loves her a lot more than she loves him. Heather Glenn, by the end of the season, she was kind of like a slow rise and then like flattened out. Didn't like her by the end of the season. D tier, we got the villainous scum / people who didn't do shit, aka Adam. Muse thought was a creep and didn't like him. Adam was just Adam. This guy was just this guy. Like he had some good quips, but that was it. F tier, this guy, I mean, couldn't even tell you who this is. The Punisher cop, and then Pal gets the worst of F tier. So that's it. Daredevil Born Again, season 1 tier list. What would you guys change? Where was I right? Where was I wrong? Who's too low? Who's too high? That'll wrap up Daredevil Born Again season 1. We had the recap to come out before this video, so check that out if you haven't. And then we'll be back for season 2. Probably do another recap for sure. Maybe a tier list if there's more characters or things change between all the characters. We'll see what happens. So appreciate you sticking along for the Daredevil tier list, and hope you guys stick along for videos coming in the future. We have Severance season 2 recap and then tier list for that. That's it on the show end for now. Shows will be a little bit slower because I still have more stuff to catch up on, and so we'll have Backdraft movie, Hunt for Red October movie, and mock drafts came out before this, but the draft already happened by the time this is coming out. So don't know why I'm talking about it every week or every new round of the playoffs. I'll have a live stream back with the crew. We did bracket predictions and stuff like that. UFC, there's everything you could ever ask for on the Dubcast. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, dislike, share with friends. Check us out on social media. So as always, be easy, y'all.